Welcome to What's the Line, presented by PointsBet. I'm Amanda Rose, and thanks to PointsBet, we'll be giving away $2,000 tonight, and you could be the winner. Tonight, we'll be betting the NBA playoffs, Game 5 of the Atlanta Hawks versus my Philadelphia 76ers. The goal for our two opponents is to win more bets than the other. So let's meet our bettors. As always, I'm joined by Darren Rovell. How are you, buddy?
Not too well after last night. I live bet the Bucks nonstop as if it was free money. So if I could take that $2,000, I'd like to have that.
Well, it's a good thing that you don't waste your money on stupid things, so you have plenty left over. So that's good.
Negative.
And tonight, Darren is going up against perhaps his toughest challenge yet. Our guest played for Philadelphia coach Doc Rivers in Los Angeles with the Clippers. He was part of some outstanding playoff series as a rim protecting center. There's no one better to talk us through tonight's game. Ryan Hollins, welcome to What's the Line?
How you guys doing? I love how you put that. There's no one better than to talk about the game. Darren, I hope you got your seatbelt fastened, brother. You ready to go?
Let's hope your betting percentage is as bad as your free throw percentage.
I'm actually a positive free throw percentage. We weren't under 50, baby. We were far from it.
A positive. That's like the Shaq talk of free throw. Positive. Oh, well, you know what? I'm not better than 61% on my career, so I should probably shut up.
Hey, they never gave me the Ben Simmons hacker Hollins. I'm going to tell you that much, brother.
Oh, man. But guys, before we get started, Ryan, your former teammate Chris Paul got some bad news today. He will be forced to enter COVID protocols, potentially meaning he would miss some or all of the Western Finals. What's your reaction to that news today?
Man, this is just depressing. You know, the theme of this year's playoffs has been injuries. And it seems like this was Chris Paul's moment to have a shot at the NBA Finals. And I don't want to rule out Phoenix, but I'm going to rule out Phoenix. If Chris Paul misses more than the first two games, Phoenix isn't going to win, for one, and I strongly doubt they can get past Utah, seemingly with Kawhi's injury. But, you know, this is just an extremely tough case, and it seems like there's always something with Chris Paul in the biggest moments. Unfortunately, tough break.
Yeah, so let's take a look at our game tonight. At PointsBet, the 76ers are minus 7.5-point favorites. The total is 224.5. Our players can pick from anything available at PointsBet, and you can see some other bets on the board over there as well. But before we get to the bets, you, the viewer, can win $2,000 tonight. The winner of tonight's game will be donating $2,000 to one lucky PointsBet user. To enter to win, retweet at Action Network HQ's pinned tweet and follow PointsBet on Twitter. And thank goodness Darren won't win the $2,000, because if he did, he'd probably invest it in adult crypto diapers or in Venom, because I don't think that's a thing. So let's get to the rules. Darren and Ryan each have a $1,000 bankroll for the bets they're about to make. They will each make 4 bets. They've got a secret major wager in just a bit, but for now, this $1,000 is their full bankroll. And Ryan, there's no time to waste. What's your first pick?
My first bet, over 2.5 3-pointers tonight for Trae Young. This is a gimme. 3 out of the 4 games, he's done it. This is a young man who, once he steps across half court, he is NBA 3, half court 3, Curry 3-point shot ready. Easy bet. Let's put $400 down on that.
Yeah, I can understand why you are so confident and why this is your biggest bet tonight. Darren, where are you going?
Yo, guys at PointsBet, you might want to raise that a little bit on 2.5. 2.5? Come on, for Trae Young, that should be 3.5. At least make someone sweat over it. I would bet that for 1,000. I mean, come on. But I didn't. I didn't think about it. I didn't see that number. I like the Hawks tonight. They've been pretty frustrated by the 76ers and their defense. I think Trae's going to get back on schedule. He'll be a little bit more comfortable. I like the over in the game for the Hawks of 108.5, and I'm going to put 400 on it.
All right, Darren, I don't love this one. I mean, Philly has the second best D in the league. It seems risky. Ryan, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, look, man, I'm with it. But here's my second bet. Let's move forward if you want that. I got Trae Young under 10. I got Trae Young under 10.5 assists tonight. The one thing that Atlanta loves to do is they love to move the basketball, shoot the three. And the one thing I know from experience, Darren, you heard that from experience, I'm going to put 300 down and it's going to say he's under that. Now, he did have 18 assists in one of the games. They were in Atlanta. Things were popping. It was going off, but the defense gets tighter later in the playoffs, and I'm going to go under 10.5 assists tonight for Trae Young. I don't think his teammates are going to show up to the party. The lobs and the threes just won't be there.
Darren, what do you think of this Trae Young pick? Yeah, Trae Young.
Yeah, as a bettor, I wouldn't do it. I think it's just too up in the air. 10.5, I wouldn't go either way. I like for 300 or 250, I think something that's guaranteed. Listen, he's a good friend. He's a really good friend. But you know what? When you're talking about betting and you're talking about money and you're talking about your 2 and 4 and it's your last what's the line and you have to win for some respect, I'm going with Seth Curry under 14.5 points. I think that number is a little high. He has been outstanding. I think they're going to tighten up the D on him. And I think Seth Curry gets under 14.5, and I have 250 on that.
I mean, you obviously think Embiid is going to be shooting a lot of Curry, isn't scoring much. So, Ryan, where are you going next?
Next place, I'm going to go to my man Tobias Harris, a.k.a. J. Cole. And I've talked to him about it, so it's okay. I can say
I've always called him J. Cole.
Well, you know what? He's acknowledged. He looks like J. Cole. He's okay with it. But the one bet I'm going to do, I'm going to take the over, okay? Over. I'm going to put $200 on there, 21.5 points per. He averages about somewhere around 23 for the series. He's averaging that. So, yeah, in a big game with Joel Embiid playing, he's going to get open shots. And I don't think there's anyone on the Hawks that can guard him. So, this is an easy one for me.
I do like that pick a lot, Ryan. Darren, where are you going next?
I think there's an easier pick on an over for a player and their points, and I think that's Kevin Huerter, 11.5 points. I just love how he's been able to move. I think they've been giving him way too much space. 11.5, Kevin Huerter, $250. I like that better, and I'm going to, that could be something that could even hit by the third quarter. Tobias Harris on 21.5. It's going to be a fourth quarter sweat. I think Huerter at 11.5 is an easier check for me.
All right, Darren, I actually like that. I mean, he's only scored 13 points in his last 2 games combined, so I do have to agree with you there. All right, you both have $100 left. Ryan, where are you going to put your moolah?
Listen, I believe that the later in the playoffs, you've got to be able to execute in the half court. What does that mean? The ball slows down. You've got to make multiple passes, rebounds. It gets placed on the free throw line. So I'm going to take the under at 224, and I think this game slows down to a halt. And then remember this. I'm going to say experience. Yes, a man who's played deep into the playoffs before and has seen things slow down. I'm taking the under. I should have put more money on it, but all my bets are they're just so good, Darren. They're so good.
Well, I did go deep in the spelling bee playoffs in the 5th grade, so I have some experience.
Well, this will be interesting to see because the under is 2-2 this series. So, Darren, he just took the under. Where are you going?
So with what I learned about this game is with $100 with your lowest bet, you just take a flyer. That's the ones where you say, okay, it might not be. I just have a feeling the Hawks are finally going to get off to a good start, and I like the fact that they're getting 2.5 in the first quarter. So I am taking the Hawks first quarter plus 2.5 for 100. I just like the fact that they. They've been slow. I think you're getting a little bit more than you should, and I think they'll get off to a fast start.
All right. I mean, they haven't covered the first quarter spread since game 1, but we'll see what happens. So we have
that's how gambling works, right?
I'm aware.
Okay, that's why they're getting 2.5 now. Otherwise, it would be 1. Okay.
All right, so no one took a side here. So that's actually kind of interesting. I like that. But we have one more bet to make before the game starts. It's time for the major wager. Now, both players will write down one secret major wager that will be revealed at the end of the game. They can wager another 1,000 on this, but they don't have to. Will you stop showing your? Oh no, that was from the last game.
This is.
Yeah, I know, but I swear, Darren, you always try to show me the major wager. Now, Ryan, please don't show me your major wager. It will be revealed at the end of the game. So I need you two to both start writing it down and send screenshots to our producers. They'll confirm when they have the answers.
Ryan will not show any person his major wager. It's not nice.
Yeah, because Ryan listens to the rules.
I would tell you that it has to do with the game.
Hey, that's a helpful hint.
Okay.
And it has to do with money.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it has to do with the game.
Have you written Nancy Drew books in the past? I mean, this is some really good stuff.
It's Herder with the professor in.
If I had a microphone in my hand, I'd drop it.
I love this confidence. I love this confidence, man. 2.5 hours later, I'll see you, and you'll be like, what?
All right, guys. So our major wagers are in. We'll see them in a sec. But, guys, tip-off is just minutes away. So let's pause for now. We'll be back towards the end of the game to see who wins. And remember, you at home, you can win $2,000 from PointsBet. So make sure to retweet this and follow PointsBet on Twitter to enter. And thanks again to PointsBet for making this all possible. Darren, Ryan, thanks for playing. I'm Amanda Rose, and I'll see you guys in the fourth quarter.